Good morning. First thing I'm going to start off with is just a follow-up. Yesterday I talked about a van that had been driving and then possibly following an 11-year-old girl. We were able to find the people in that van last night. Turns out it was really just a big coincidence. They had kind of passed back and forth in that area. Everything was legitimate. There was nothing criminal that happened. There was no ill intent that they had. So I just kind of wanted to pass that. I think a lot of people were maybe jumping to conclusions, at least some of the different things that we were seeing online, but everything is fine. Everything was normal with that. There's nothing, like I said, nothing criminal, so no arrest, no charges with anything. On the log, I really only have one thing, and that was one of the excuse me, aggravated assaults. This happened about 6:30 yesterday evening near, it ended up we're at 9th and Holly is where the final, I guess, was. It began earlier that afternoon, probably about 4:45 or so. We had a vehicle that was left running and somebody stole that vehicle. The victim in that case called police, made a report, and then later on that evening, maybe about 6 p.m. or so, saw that stolen vehicle in a convenience store lot on Burnside. The victim was going up to that vehicle. There's a couple of guys inside the vehicle. They then backed up rapidly and almost hit the victim. He ended up jumping into the bed of the pickup to avoid getting hit, and then the truck drove away. And so he was in the back of that. Truck was driving. They were kind of swerving and driving at a high rate of speed, trying to get the victim out of the back of the pickup. At some point while they're driving, the victim punched out the back window. It made a loud noise, and there were some people that heard that noise and thought it was a gunshot, but there was no guns involved with this. The victim was able to reach through that window and turn off the pickup, and then during that process, the guys inside the pickup were punching the victim. Once the car or the pickup stopped, they got out, and then there was a fight between the three guys. The two victims left. One of them had some head injuries. He was found nearby. He was taken to the hospital for the injuries, so he'll likely be charged with aggravated assault and then possession of a stolen vehicle. The passenger that was in that stolen truck we have not been able to find. So the victim had some minor injuries, but nothing where he required hospitalization. And the victim, or I'm sorry, the one suspect, he is, yeah, he is still in the hospital, I believe. He has not been taken to jail. So I can tell you he's a 55-year-old man, but I can't give a name at this point in time. And I just wanted to double check to make sure. Yeah, I don't see him in jail at this point in time, so. Any questions about that?
So how many people total were involved in this? It sounded like you had 2 victims?
No, just one victim, yeah. And then,
and 2 suspects?
yep. I'm sorry, there was 3 people in the truck. I thought there was 2. There was 3 people in the truck. So the driver that was in the truck, he was the one that had head injuries, and he was found. The other 2 people in the truck have not been found.
And he was a suspect. The suspect went to the hospital?
Well, all 3 would be suspects, but yeah, the guy that was driving, that suspect that was driving, went to the hospital. The other 2 people that were inside the stolen truck have not been found.
And then what's the condition of the victim?
He had some injuries. He was going to go get checked out on his own, but he didn't need an ambulance or anything like that.
Do you know where they were at when they stopped and fought?
Yeah, they ended up at around 9th Street and Holly Avenue. That's where the final, I guess, stop happened, and then the fight happened after that.
What started the whole disturbance? Do we know? Was it domestic? Did they know each other?
No, it was the stolen vehicle.
Stolen vehicle.
Yeah, because the The victim, and I don't know if these three people were the ones that stole the pickup, but obviously they were in possession of that stolen pickup. The pickup was stolen, then the victim later saw the pickup at that gas station, and then that's when he went to confront them, jumped in the back of it, and then everything kind of happened from there.
That makes sense.
Okay. The other aggravated assaults are just reports. No serious injuries from those. The burglaries are all reports. Frauds, ID thefts, larcenies, really nothing big of those. There's a pornography, that was just a report. No arrests on that. Same thing with the rape and sex offenses. Those are reports, no arrest there. Nothing suspicious with the unattended death, and then vandalism's nothing concentrated in